Good afternoon and welcome in here from the Ice Center at the Promenade in Westminster. It is the home opener for the Roadrunners here this afternoon. Brendan Price with you. Thank you so much for joining us for another season of Roadrunner Hockey. You can find all the action on the Roadrunners YouTube channel or on Price Productions. Pick your poison in 25-26. Metro State looking to bounce back after a tough 6-2 loss last night to this Colorado State D1 side. As these two teams got it on in Fort Collins, it was a hard-fought 60-minute contest. Roadrunner head coach Brady Reynolds said that CSU's side looked every bit the part last night when these two teams got together. And for Metro State, trying to get back into the win column here at home, their home opener after a couple of games on the road. They got an overtime loss against the D1 CU team in Boulder last weekend. The 6-2 defeat last night in Fort Collins. As we take a look at the starting lineups this afternoon for these two sides. And for Colorado State, up front, they'll go with their top line, similar to what they had last night. As we try and get that queued up for you. There you go, Riley Hunt-Bond, Aiden Von Felton, TJ Norris. It's Cliff McLeod and Tillinghast for the Roadrunners. Angus Fritzen and Mackay Mitchell on the blue line. Charlie Benish and for Metro State, and Patrick Loeffler against Chamberlain Nacera here this afternoon at the Promenade. And again, we talk about these two teams having played less than 24 hours ago. Everyone had opportunities to make their adjustments and get ready to go here today. This is the Roadrunners side, a very different look from a year ago. The team in the Navy Blue won the conference championship, made it to nationals last season, but looking to replace some major spots in the lineup with Tanner Calderola, Soren Bredesen both graduating. Ethan Koskelainen, Nathan Jaramillo not on the squad this year as well. Patrick Loeffler trying to fill in for all ACHA goaltender Dylan Romano. And this is a Metro State team that's challenging themselves in the non-conference slate with some very good opponents. This CSU D1 team certainly is that. You look up and down the roster, and especially in a tough D1 league like the WCHL. This Rams side is as good as anyone and could be sneaky good in the WCHL as the season progresses. They were led last night by Riley Hunt-Bond and Mackay Mitchell, who were both phenomenal for the Rams in the win. You take a look at the starting lineup. They're on your screen for the Roadrunners. You see the forward lines, Tillinghast, Clift, and McLeod up front. The big guns for Brady Reynolds and the Roadrunners in their navy blue jerseys today. Colorado State in their road white jerseys with the green trim. We talked about their starting lineup already as well. No changes for either one of those teams up top here this afternoon. And again on the blue line, it's Owen Trevino and Charlie Benish. Trevino, a CSU transfer as a matter of fact, arrived from CSU's D2 team midway through last year, had the goal that really sealed the conference championship win for the Roadrunners back in February. We'll step aside for the playing of the national anthem. On the other side, puck drop here this afternoon in Westminster. starting lineups and national anthem behind us. 60 minutes of Road Runner hockey in front of us here this afternoon in Westminster. Metro State will go left to right on your screens at home in the navy blue with the sand trim, and Colorado State right to left in the white jerseys with the green trim. Again, these two teams starting the big guns up top. Number one lines set to go here this afternoon. This is always a competitive non-conference matchup, and again, yesterday's contest didn't disappoint. As we get ready to get underway. Opening face-off, tie up, and finally dug out and pushed forward by the Rams. Von Felt, quick snapshot. That one's blocked aside. And again, this CSU team, buckets of speed. They forecheck hard. Got the 6-2 win. Metro State jumped out to 2-0 lead last night. But the WCHL Rams got the job done. Unanswered offense to overcome the Roadrunners in Fort Collins. Puck behind the Ram net. Fritzen tries to work it up the far wing wall. Fritzen has his stick tied up nicely by McLeod, the Metro State captain. And now Makai Mitchell back to fetch it. Very experienced hand on the Ram blue line. He'll outlet, a quick shimmy, and Von Felt scurries forward down the left-hand side. Von Felt looking on the forehand, waits in the corner. Up top for Cromwell. He'll walk the line, advance into space. Cromwell loads up, and a body saved by Loeffler. Rebound poked around at the edge of the blue paint. Hunt Bond was looking for the rebound on the doorstep. Talked about the pace for this CSU team. They've got plenty of it. Grosso, well, backhanded. It falls all the way back to Nacera. He'll cover it up with Cale Hall right on the doorstep. Or check that that's Brandhorst 28 and not 26. Just underway this afternoon at the Promenade. A big thank you to everybody joining us here this afternoon. Brandhorst wins the draw. Quick shot right off. And Nacera, his first save of the afternoon. Loeffler out to play it. Whips that only as far as Pietrangelo in the right wing corner. Now it's Brandhorst, one of the returners for this Metro State side. They'll lead. And that one in. Nacera, paddle save, didn't handle it cleanly. And now the Roadrunners in control, if only for the moment. Woodrow looks to the near side for Pietrangelo, tries to waffle board that in front. Falls back for Ty Doan, swing and a miss on the puck in his own zone. Falls kindly for Rose, carries it across the CSU line. Rose bumped off the puck by Woodrow. Strong hit from the Ram winger. Icing wave, Roadrunners back to fetch it. Hall looks for the outlet pass for Brandhorst, skips past him and falls for Stevens. Wants to go rink wide for Hernberger. Fritzen in the neutral zone. Settles on the forehand, he'll lay it off for Makai Mitchell. Fritzen lobs a backhand pass rink wide. Mitchell gains center red and he'll chip this one in. Loeffler back behind his own net to get it. On the backhand, Tillinghast tries to clear the zone, can't do it at the first time of asking. CSU still an opportunity from dangerous real estate. Now out into the neutral zone. Mitchell shot on goal and a glove save the heel of Loeffler's glove. And he'll hit Tillinghast up to the races down the left side. Tillinghast skips around Perini. Tillinghast had one goal last night that was ruled to be played with a high stick, and then he turned around and scored a goal that counted later in the first period as Nacera gloves out that flutter ball. CSU get their third line out. Schuckman, Ron Powell, and Tyler Sleds. One of a handful of guys that made the jump up from the D2 roster a year ago. Quick snapshot off the drop from Margolis. Pings off the glass high. Perini, bodied up by Margolis. Never afraid to throw his weight around. Still goes to work on the forecheck. Tries to backhand one in front. Rams will look to start up out of their own end at Sleds. Headman pass, tape to tape. And shot wide of the mark. Cromwell tried to pinch at the left point. Can't hold the zone. And just getting away from the hit there. Now Cromwell surges ahead. East to west, Schuckman in stride. Steams around his man and a wet pad save by Loeffler. He'll cover up the rebound. And Tyler Sleds, greeted by a cadre of Roadrunners at the edge of the blue paint, escorted away from the scene of the crime. 16:02 to go in the first period, just underway. Saturday afternoon tilt. The only game of the day for these two. We'll have more ACHA action on Price Productions later tonight. Colorado and Colorado State will do battle in the Rams home opener in Fort Collins. That game drops the puck at 8 p.m. Norris dangles, left wing circle, and Loeffler swallows up the snapshot. No rebounds there. And Patrick Loeffler, as the season progressed a year ago, really shifted into more of a shared goaltending load with Dylan Romano. He was in net for the championship game. Had to take over after Romano left with an injury. Tillinghast on the backhand tried to find Clift. Norris quickly bodied up by Clift. He'll whack it behind the CSU net for Woodrow. Off the boards, good play in the neutral zone. Tilton, or check that. Swing that along. Board meeting in the right wing corner finally comes free. Roadrunners hold the zone. Tillinghast shoved down by Ty Doan. Clifton McLeod trade places behind the Ram net. And CSU will again get that only as far as the neutral zone. A penalty. This one, a trip-in call, and it's going to go against Colorado State. Josh Woodrow skates over to the box immediately. He knew he was the guilty party. And with exactly 5 minutes gone in period number one, Metro State will get the first power play of the night. Offensive zone draw. Trevino sliding up on the wing. The Roadrunners unable to hold the zone. Loeffler will. Benish harassed. Great penalty killing from Max Hernberger. Forced the turnover. Now on the forehand puts a pass into the high slot. Nobody there. Metro State having trouble getting anything set up in the offensive zone here with half the power play expired. Just as quickly. The Rams will send this one 200 feet. Full changes for the Roadrunner power play. Benish, the only one who stayed out on the ice. He'll hit Tillinghast on the outlet. Tillinghast over the Ram line into the corner. On the forehand, still looking for an angle. They'll set it up. Clifton Tillinghast play pitch and catch on the left wing side. Tillinghast, left wing circle. McLeod, the one-timer. That was the look, right in the bumper spot. Nacero with a blocker save. It's his best save in the early going here this afternoon. Clift asking for it from the right point, and a right pad save by Nacero. Now Tillinghast rolls it down low. Roadrunners on the cycle. Tillinghast wanted to go east to west on the near post. Taken away by the Rams. And that will just about do it for the Roadrunner power play. Woodrow out of the sin bin. And Colorado State 1 for 1 on the penalty kill. McLeod will tip it along, scooped up by Petrangelo in his own end. And this is the pace we saw last night in Fort Collins. These two teams like to play north to south. Petrangelo got the linesman and a Roadrunner in front of his own bench. Tafoya swats a pass. McLeod. That's tipped along by Margolis. He'll chase after the biscuit. Mitchell, full head of steam, had his pocket picked coming up the far wing. Margolis rolls it up the half wall. Giveaway. Rich shot. That one blocked in front. Mitchell down to a knee. Took it away from Nocera. Danger not yet done. Again, another pass. Looking for an option in the low slot. Ooh, near giveaway. Trying to push it forward. Collins lays it off. Grosso across. Pinching in. Loeffler with a right pad save. Cut down the effort from the right dot. Pietrangelo tied up. Cromwell holds the zone at the left point. Grosso downstairs. And the Rams cycle. Board battle. Collins finally digs it out for CSU. Right in front, wanted Grosso. And now on the counter, here come the Roadrunners. Shot knocked down. Tafoya will bang this in deep. Cromwell spinning away from Brandhorst on the forecheck. Perini in transition. Right wing circle, look out. That shot was tipped on its way through. Loeffler covered up the 5-hole and made the save. With 11:04 to go in the first period. High-flying start. It's almost become a scheduling tradition. These two teams will get a couple games in September, one in Fort Collins, one down here in Westminster. Last year, it was Metro State who got a 1-goal win over CSU here at the Promenade in what was also the home opener for the Roadrunners. Benish quickly tapped along. Doan throws a pass to the middle, glances off Stevens. And sneaking in behind Feinberg, he'll negate icing. Bodied up by Benish, wiped out of the play. Stevens up the half wall, tries to play it to the point. Falls kindly, Andor waits, looks for an angle, and there's Loeffler again. Does such a good job coming out to the edge of his crease, taking away angles, and not allowing any rebounds. Face off on the left wing, Brandhorst and Von Felt. Clean win for Brandhorst. Roadrunners look to go in transition. Brandhorst on the left wing half wall. Board meeting. Puck still bouncing around between some skates. Great hold-up play there for Metro in the corner. Finally, Frithson able to whisk it out of the tie-up. Halfway home in the first period, still looking for a first goal. Frithson hits the deck. A turnover, pass in front. Comes back out into the neutral zone now. Brandhorst from center red tried to shovel that in. I think Roadrunners were trying to finish a change. Von Felt, great takeaway nearly by Tillinghast. Tried to snipe that pass, icing wave. Norris battling on the forecheck. Hunt Bond in the neutral zone, harassed by Tillinghast and McLeod. Woodrow, pressured by the Roadrunner captain. Second year wearing the C for TJ. McLeod will bat this along. Nocera directing traffic. Tillinghast there to get it. Sweeps a pass in front. Rich shot was tipped twice on the way through before skittering harmlessly wide. Enough to give CSU a bit of a jump defensively. Doan outlets, and now with speed, the Rams carry over center. Sleds will rip this around. Comes to Schuckman in the near corner. Hernberger reaches behind him. Lays that off for Perini. Stretch pass, Sleds tapped it along. Loeffler out of his net to play it, pings it off the glass. Icing waved here. Perini made a play at the puck. Cromwell back in support of his partner. Perini loses possession. That one up into the Ram bench and out of play. Settling into a nice pace. Good back and forth action here early on. Again, the home opener for Metro State still looking for their first win on the year, a 1-1 coming into play today, and their 2 official contests played. Again, they had that Sunday game in Boulder. That was no contest after the first period of play. Colorado was leading 2-0 at that juncture. And due to some of the extracurriculars, the decision was made after 20 minutes to call the game, especially given that it is a D2, D1 crossover matchup. Collins flying into the right wing corner on the backhand, still looking for an option. Pietrangelo in the high slot, and a great shot block there. Pietrangelo will lob this in behind Loeffler. Probably one of the more active goaltenders in the BMHC in terms of playing the puck out from the safety of the blue paint. He's awful good at it as well. He's certainly earned the freedom that Brady Reynolds gives his goaltender. Reynolds, 6th year in charge as the main bench boss for this Roadrunner program. And in his time as head coach, this Metro State team has become just about a staple at ACHA. Period number 1, 1-0. Stevens and Brandhorst for the draw. Brandhorst wins it. Tafoya will feather this along. The PA announcement in-house made with minimal fanfare for the visitors. Andor through the low slot. Now the goal scorer Feinberg drops it back for Doan. Holds the zone at the left point. Gives it away, and now Brandhorst trying to advance down Broadway. He's cleaned out by Ty Doan. That'll be a penalty. The Ram contingent not a fan. It's a roughing call going against the CSU blue liner. Ty Doan having a conversation about it as he heads to the box. And Metro State will go to the power play for the second time on the afternoon. 0 for 1 on the man advantage. Didn't generate a ton of offensive zone time either their first time around. They'll send the number 1 unit out. Rams win the draw. Cromwell will whack it past Cliff at the left point. And there's Loeffler again. Comes out, shields the puck away, feels the heat, holds on to it. Sleds. Schuckman. 2 CSU forwards making life miserable for Metro State in their own zone. They'll finally break it out, Tillinghast. 20-goal scorer a year ago. Figures to be the linchpin in this Roadrunner offense. Clift, D-to-D, Tillinghast. Pass too hot to handle, left wing circle. Now Clift, shot knocked down, still kicked around in the low slot. Tillinghast will settle this, gets it away from Schuckman. Slap shot blocked aside by Cromwell, and the Rams will clear the zone. Loeffler again will lay this off for Clift. Roadrunners look to start up out of their own zone. Tillinghast feels the pressure from behind. Gets it ahead, wrist shot block, comes to McLeod. He'll flop it cross corner. Try and get a cycle set up. He'll hold the zone nicely. Takes a hit from behind. And the pass fanned on, and now CSU shorthanded. Hernberger was begging for the puck. Metro State commits a penalty in transition. And with 37 seconds to go on the power play, we'll get 4-on-4 after a hooking call against the Roadrunners in transition. So 4:50 to go, a lot more open ice now. Yeah, it's hard to say that favors either team. They both like to play with speed, so really just more comes out to who's able to not make any lapses defensively. Rose and Von Felt for the draw. Clean win back by Von Felt. And, man, Mitchell is going to get caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Took out Brandhorst in trans from Woodrow to take it away. Loeffler slides it along. Peterson loops it ahead to Foyle, 1v1 with Cromwell. Cromwell on the backhand will slide it over to the near side. 4-on-4 now for the next minute 19. And then a very abbreviated 7-second power play for Metro State on the other side. Norris has Sleds with him. Sleds dances around Peterson. Peterson jabs it along. Falls kindly for McLeod. Peterson looks ahead. Great drop pass, Tillinghast. One more, McLeod. And what a glove save from Nacera. Looky what I found. A beautiful piece of work from the top line for Metro State in transition, and a better glove save from Nacera. McLeod just couldn't quite get that backhander lifted. Cliff Dan Schuckman for the ensuing draw. Schuckman a clean win. And this might be icing. To be fair, not with Patrick Loeffler back there. He'll play just about anything. Swings it. That, I think, will be icing. Couldn't hit McLeod in the neutral zone. It'll come all the way back. I tell you, folks, if there's anyone we're going to see with an opportunity for a goalie goal this year, it'll be Loeffler. And ironically enough, he probably should have been credited with a goalie goal last night. Metro State's second goal came on a delayed penalty. CSU pulled their goaltender and then put the puck the length of the ice into their own net. Technically speaking, it goes to the last player that touched it, which was Loeffler. But they awarded the goal to a skater out on the ice, so the Roadrunner Tendy denied his first point of the year. Roadrunners in transition. Tillinghast on the drop pass, hits the trailer, Cliff, left wing circle, wanted the tip and just touched wide by Tillinghast, right on the doorstep. Huge hit from McLeod at the left point. Everyone back at full strength. Just over 2.5 minutes to go here in period number 1. 1-0 Colorado State on Max Feinberg's first goal of the year. Margolis reaches in the neutral zone. Ron Powell goes around him. Cromwell on the pinch from the left point. And 20. Well, I should say 18 and change at this point. Loeffler, the body save, the rebound. Backhanded wide by Pietrangelo. Metro State's going to get a penalty here. He's trying to clear out the crease. And again, this is these two teams' second meeting in, I'm not a math major, but that's 18 hours or so. Our camera operator, Claire Kostelnik, is a math major. So she's got a better shot than I of getting the numbers right. Off the draw, CSU, their first power play of the afternoon. Pietrangelo, Hunt Bond, left wing circle, wanted the pass in front. Benish breaks it up and clears the zone. That was an area where Brady Reynolds, before the game, talked about CSU on the power play yesterday in particular. Were so effective just snapping the puck around the perimeter. Scored on the man advantage. Pietrangelo carries downstairs, now up top. Right wing half wall. Grosso dancing with it. CSU resets in their own end. Mitchell lays it off for Pietrangelo. Outlet pass for Hunt Bond. He'll turn and burn over center red and across the Roadrunner line. Loses possession. Trevino will send this 200 feet. Rams will have to reset in their own end. Tillinghast, McLeod, Trevino out there for the Roadrunners on the penalty kill. Grosso touches it along for Mitchell, and Loeffler, not often Our goaltender and back into a danger area, but able to scoop it up just as promptly. 50 seconds remaining on the Ram power play. It's about a 20-second difference with the game clock, so provided the visitors don't score here at the tail end of the first, they'll have a bit of power play time on fresh ice to start the second. Doan, top of the slot, wrister blocked up and out of play. Started to see that puck bounce and roll a bit more towards the tail end of this first period. They did Zam between warmups and the start of the game, so this ice has been in use for scoreboard. Max Feinberg, his first goal of the season, beats Loeffler over the shoulder. That's the only goal we've got after 20 this afternoon at the Promenade. We'll step aside for the intermission break. When we return, second period action. You're watching Metro State Hockey, 1-0, the Rams on top after 20.